Don West. I'm the one who saved her life. In case you were wondering who else saves lives around here.
You do as you're told. Don't be a problem. That's what happens when you're a problem. You end up in the goddamn trunk.
Julio mío.
No, don't Julio me. We're not friends.
Argentinian actor Ignacio Serricchio is one of the main faces in the hit TV productions of Netflix Lost in Space and The Inmate, and in the latest Clint Eastwood film The Mule. Over the years, his versatile talent has shown him on the screen as a badass, a comedy character,
Oh my God! What a delightful surprise! I wish you what I called before. My place is a big
Eddie, hey, stop. No mas. He's one of us.
What the fuck, cabrón?
a sexy heartthrob, or a combination of all.
You do not just do that.
Yeah. Proposing? Jesus, what does it look like?
Why?
Our conversation. Building a life together, having a baby.
You're a smuggler?
How did this become about me? God, that's such a nasty word.
And you were born in Argentina. You grew up in Mexico. You lived in
yeah,
New York.
Argentina, Mexico. I went to New York for, I was there 2.5 years in university. And then here in LA.
Why do you speak 5 languages?
Because I love languages. And
What
I
are
love
they?
talking to people.
What are the languages?
French, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, English.
Nice. And how did it all begin for you to be an actor?
I knew, so growing up in Argentina, I would watch TV and I knew I wanted to be in that box, but I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know who those people were. I thought they were, I don't know. I didn't think those people were actual
real
humans. yeah, really. And then it wasn't until I was 19 and moved to the US where I realized that you can study acting. My father, I remember saying, he said, well, why don't you study theater? And I go, you can't study theater. And he's like, no, you can't. It's a major in universities. People do this. So when I realized that was a possibility, all of a sudden I went, oh, that's it. Now I just need guidance. I have the energy, I have the instincts, I have no shame. I don't care what people say, so I just need someone to guide me and give me the tools.
So you were good for a journalist as well, with the no shame part.
Oh my gosh. Man, I watched some interviews and yeah, I think I could be a good journalist. I'm very direct about anything.
That your girl? Fuck no, that's my sister. That's my girl.
So,
Oh, fuck.
do you want some nachos?
I'm actually okay.
I'm sorry, what did you just ask him?
Ask them if they wanted nachos.
Nachos?
Yeah.
Guy's getting married in a week. You gonna offer him nachos? Look at him. What do you think cheese is gonna do to him?
I thought they wanted nachos.
Use your fucking
That's
head.
not even
¿Qué te
close.
pasa? Camino McDonald's. Sit down, Jimmy.
What I'll do is I'll go and do stand-up comedy every once in a while. Cause
You
that's
do?
very,
That's fun.
Yeah. I don't consider myself a comic because I feel like, you know, comics are the guys who are out there every night and they're writing all the time and that's a comic. I do stand-up. I write stuff, but I like to improvise a lot and I get on stage and that's how I maintain, I think, the muscles by that kind of interaction.
Which one was your first big job? General Hospital?
Like, in terms of like paid television, I would say the first big one, which was steady, was General Hospital. But my first TV appearance was House. I was a guest star on House.
How was that experience?
It was incredible. I remember I was coming out of this exit off of one of the freeways here. And my agents called me and I started crying while I was driving. I was like, going around.
In Cuba, very few boys are circumcised. Did you know that having a foreskin greatly enhances a man's sexual pleasure?
There is no scientific proof of that, Dr. Fuentes.
No, but I have ample anecdotal evidence.
Even while I was on General Hospital, I was in a 4-year contract and 2.5 years into it, I felt that I needed to keep going and do something new. And I went to the executive producer, and she was very understanding, and I said, you know, if you don't mind, I would love to leave amicably, and she said, yeah, go ahead. And it's funny because everybody around me was like, wait, you're making money every week, and I go, yeah, but that doesn't.
Money's not everything.
Yeah, I don't need it. All the stuff that I like to do doesn't require money, except for the flights. But then when I travel, I'm always backpacking and staying in hostels or camping. So for me, it was like, no, I need to be happy, and I need to. And I had a mortgage at the time because I was 23, and luckily I had saved up and bought a place. So even my parents are like, you know, you have a mortgage. I go, yeah. What's the worst that could happen? I have to sell it. And people are like, what? I go, it'll be fine. And luckily, a week after I left the show, I got on a recurring on Ghost Whisperer. So you know, it was always about listening to my inner voice. And you know, at the time you're single and no kids. I still have no kids, I think.
That you know
of. It's easier to take those risks.
Let's go. No chicken left behind. Haven't you learned? Only terrible things happen when we go outside. It'd feel better if Debbie was here. Give it a peck for good luck. For luck.
I brought some luck on me.
I'm counting chickens west. Oh, I won't be counting them, sir. I only have the one. Any chicken that saves my life deserves a name. Her name is Debbie.
How did you end up in Lost in Space?
I was doing Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce at the time in Vancouver, and my manager told me that they were rebooting Lost in Space, and I was like, oh my god. I watched that series, the reruns in the 80s as a kid, because I was always such a huge fan of Guy Williams because he played Zorro, and that's my dream role. And
yeah.
And they're like, yeah, you can audition for Don West, and I was like, and I don't know why, but my mind immediately went, well, I'm gonna audition to have fun. I'm not gonna get it. Don West is white. And so I went in there and I just did my thing, and I improvised and I had fun, and I saw the role. The producers later told me that everybody who read made him very like serious and stuff, and I didn't see that at all.
There's a rule that's written in stone. The Robinsons stick together.
It's safe out there. You don't know what you might find.
Dawn, where are you?
Who are you? It's complicated.
From what I see, like on your Instagram and stuff, it looks like you guys are having so much fun doing that show.
Yeah, I think the key factor in us really being super close and loving each other is that all of us are about family. My number one priority in life is my family, and then comes everything else.
Yeah.
But like here, and then everything. Molly Parker has her son, who's her life. Toby Stevens has 3 kids, and his wife and family's everything. Mina and her parents, Mina Sunwall, are just amazing. Max and his sister and his parents, they're all about that. Taylor and her mom, and I think that's why we get along so well.
That's very
because we're all about family.
Family.
Yeah, and that's what the show is about.
I've been in combat before. I'm not intimidated by you.
How did you end up on set of The Mule? Clint Eastwood, Andy Garcia, like so cool, and that movie was really good.
Yeah, it was last year. I had finished shooting another show for Netflix in Telemundo called El Recluso. And that show, we were in Mexico for 5 months, and that show destroyed me in a good way, but physically, emotionally, mentally, it pushed me to the limit. So I wanted a break after that. I was on a diet. That was the worst part. The Russia World Cup was coming up in June, and I said, I'm going to the Russia World Cup. I need to go because I went to the one in Brazil, so it was important. So I told my manager, I'm not doing anything this summer unless an incredible opportunity.
Unless Clint Eastwood.
But I said it like that. I said unless an incredible, and I was like, So we start doing promotion for Lost in Space and then for Recluso, and I'm in New York, and my manager goes, "Hey, so this role for this movie came out," and I go, "What?" "Well, the new Clint Eastwood movie. Do you want to put yourself on tape?" And again, I don't know why. It's not that I doubted myself. It's just that I thought, I guess I didn't realize I'd been working hard enough that I could be in the Clint Eastwood movie. So I was like, okay. So I put myself on tape and I forgot about it because I thought I'll just do it to make my manager happy. And then she tells me that I got the part, and I was like, so of course I was super excited. Luckily, I didn't miss much of the World Cup because Argentina sucked.
Yeah,
And
sorry about that. It was really, really disappointment. Yeah.
And then I get to Atlanta, and I get to the hotel, and he's there in the bar with all the crew, and they introduce us. And I tell him, first thing I tell him, I said, "Listen, I'm not going to the World Cup to do your movie. So you should be very thankful that I'm here."
What did he say?
He laughed.
Of course.
We had a beautiful relationship since the beginning of the movie. I made fun of him all the time. I played with him, and he did it back to me. The method to his madness is just, it's admirable. I mean, I learned the most from working on this movie. To produce, on the producing side, on the directing side, I want to work the day if I direct, or I want to work that way with actors, which is just, if you do your job and you come prepared, there's no need to do 27 angles and drone shots and stuff. Tell the story.
Yeah.
I think he gave me 2 notes, 2 directions, and they were both perfect. Where he came and goes, he said, "Okay, I like that." He goes, "Try it like this, see what happens." And I go, "Yeah." And I tried it, and immediately I went to him and I go, "Fuck, you were right. Yeah, good, thank you for that." But the rest of the time, from day one, I felt like, oh, he trusts me. He cast me because he knows that I'm right for this role.
Speaking of family, here's one member of your family.
Yeah.
He's so beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, he's amazing.
Tell me about Hero. How did you meet him? How did he end up being?
My life?
Yeah.
So I've had him for 3 years, and I got him when he was 1, and it was in 2015. My little brother called me and he said, "Hey, listen," because I had a dog for 17 years, and then that dog died, and then I said, "Okay, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I need a break." And then my brother, and I started kind of mentioning, "Oh, I wonder if I want another dog." And my brother called me one day and he said, "Listen, there's this dog that my friend is fostering because the guy abandoned him and he used to beat him. So she's fostering him, but she can't keep him. And he's perfect for you." And I go, "I don't know." He goes, "Trust me, this dog is perfect for you. Just come see him. If you don't like him, then you don't have to take him." And I went, "Okay, fine." So I get to the daycare center, and she tells me first, she's like, "He's very scared of people. He's very scared of men. He's been living here for 6 months. He hasn't been outside." And I go, "Okay." So she lets him out, and I have a little bit of food, and we start playing, and I tell her, "Hey, can I walk him by myself for a little bit?" She goes, "Yeah." So I give him 2 laps, and then I come back and I go, "I'll take him." A year later, my little brother passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he suffered depression, like a lot of people do, and he died of suicide. And through the process, I didn't really want to be around people.
Of course.
But he was there to save me, to kind of take care of me when I would have breakdowns and everything. He was just there. So it's interesting because my brother was the one that said, "This is the dog for you," and I saved him first, and then he saved me. I think that someday I want to tell my brother's story or my story with everything that happened, but I'm not ready for that at all. I'm not ready. The mental health issue is a big important issue for me, and it's become probably, you know, one of my life goals and purposes to reach out to people who don't have a voice like I do, or who don't have a support system, or whoever's around them doesn't understand that what they're going through is real. But I'm not ready. I don't know which angle yet, and it's a very delicate subject that that I respect, and I would never want to do it just to.
Of course.
I'm here at the Wildlife Way Station, and I want you to go to Indiegogo, Wake Up, WAYKE, or wakeup.com. We have 2 days left, everybody, and I want you to donate and give a lot of your money. Don't buy your kids so many toys. They don't need that many, all right? But these guys need the money. We need to keep them healthy and keep them happy. A lot of these guys have been abused, and now they're happy, just like my friend right here.
¿Qué te hace feliz en la vida?
¿Qué me hace feliz en la vida? Mi familia, que esté bien mi familia, y la naturaleza, y
Las cosas pequeñas, entonces.
sí, no, sí, obvio. Sí, surfear me hace feliz. Me hace feliz también cuando le hablo a un amigo, o cuando, por ejemplo, una persona me escribe y me dice que, no sé, gracias por hablar de las enfermedades mentales, me hizo bien, gracias por hablar de limpiar el océano, las playas, de no usar plástico. Me gusta ver a la gente que es influenciada de esa manera. Eso me pone feliz. Cuando un amigo o alguien me dice, hey, voy a empezar a reciclar de tal manera, eso me pone contento.
¿Qué significan tus tatuajes?
Este tatuaje dice Velio, V-E-L-I-O, que es un apodo que teníamos con mi hermano. Yo le decía Velio y me decía Velio. Pero si lo ves así del lado, dice Ale, A-L-E, mi hermano Alejandro. Y esto es un tatuaje, es la voz de mi hermano, que con mi teléfono lo puedo escanear y se escucha.
Oh, wow.
Y es un mensaje de él que dice, hola Belio, espero que tengas una buena semana, te quiero mucho.
Muchas gracias.
Sí, claro, sí, me encanta este tatuaje.
No offense? How is that not offensive? You know, last time a pretty lady offered me protection, it was because we put the weed in the coconut and light the shit up. You put the weed in the coconut and light that shit. Get it to sing. Oh, I'm good. You put the weed in the coconut and light that shit.
You're being disrespectful.
You put the weed in the coconut and light that shit up.
You put the weed in the coconut and light that shit up. You put the weed in the coconut.
You two better not fuck this up.